I have been running my clothing brand for a few years now, and as you can imagine, I have probably had a few instances where my bulk order has gone wrong. So in this video, I'm going to share what happened and whether or not I managed to get my money back. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Teddy G, and on this channel, I like to share what it's truly like to run a clothing brand, as well as dropping tips, tricks, gems, and all of that good stuff. And I guess this is going to be one of those videos where I'm going to be sharing it all, bearing it all, laying it all out on the table for you guys, because honestly guys, it has been stressful. In fact, I might even get a little bit emotional in this video because I have lost a lot of money and it's not fun. But I guess it's good to be able to live to tell the tale and to also try and help you guys out so that you're not making the same horrific mistakes that I have made in this business journey. Let's talk about my first ever experience. So I had placed an order with a manufacturer based in Pakistan, and this manufacturer had gotten into contact with me via Instagram. And I know that already sounds quite dodgy, but hey, I was a baby in this game, but I still had like a little bit of like knowledge up there, and I wasn't just gonna, you know, part with my cash. I wasn't gonna do like a Western Union bank transfer sort of situation to this manufacturer based overseas for products. And I did go through like a vigorous sampling back and forth with them, and I was 100% happy with the samples before I went ahead and placed this bulk order. One thing I do want to say to you guys is that a lot of these manufacturers will really pressure you into making that bulk order. They'll be like, okay, yeah, we understand that you want to make this correction on your sample. It's fine, we'll make that correction with your bulk order. Guys, when I tell you, do not accept that. Do not accept that. Just don't do it. Make sure you are 100%, 110% happy with your samples. Don't just assume that, okay, it's just one little minor tweak, they can make that tweak with the bulk order. No, get that final sample and you will get some pushback, but stand firm, be strong and get that final sample. That was a little bit of a side note, but yeah. So I paid for half of this bulk order via PayPal because, you know, smart girl, PayPal is an extra layer of protection to protect my money. The rest of it, which was a payment made after the order has been like made before shipping, I made via bank transfer. We're gonna talk about why you should never do that. So my order came, I wasn't happy with it. I do have an entire video where I talk about it. I asked the manufacturer two things: either remake it or give me a full refund and I will return this nonsense back to you. Of course, he was like, no. He was arguing with me back and forth. It's really interesting because they'll be so nice to you up until the point of which something goes wrong and then they just turn. It's like you're speaking to a different person. This manufacturer was literally mocking me. There was like a little bit of wire that was sticking out of one of the tracksuits, and when my brother tried it on, it literally cut his skin. He was bleeding, and I told the manufacturer and the guy was like, what, do you think I put a knife in your clothes and it's cutting you? Ha ha ha. Like, he was literally mocking me. It was crazy. But fortunately, I had made half of that payment via PayPal, so I had to go through PayPal and open a dispute for this purchase, and I attached all of the evidence that I had, and initially, cheekily, PayPal actually rejected it, and then I appealed. I was like, no, I'm not accepting that. I uploaded more evidence, I typed a little bit more. I can't actually remember what I wrote when I opened this dispute, but after I appealed their decision, I won. The only thing was that I had to send these products back to the person. And remember, I told you that they're based in Pakistan. So he was there WhatsApping me like, ha ha ha, you might have won, but now you have to ship me back all those products to Pakistan. And he was laughing because he knows that shipping things back to Pakistan is obviously going to be really expensive. So it might not actually be worth it in the end. So he was banking on that. The caveat now was Pakistan doesn't have, or at that time didn't have, PayPal. So his PayPal account was registered to a UK address. So all I had to do was send those products back to the UK address. But this UK address had nothing to do with him, I guess. So lo and behold, I actually received the products back and I got half a refund. Now for the other half, I phoned my bank and I was like, this happened. And they were like, there's nothing we can do about it. That is a merchant issue. Go back to your supplier, try and get your money back that way. Obviously, I knew I was never gonna get my money back that way. So I lost that money. So in this case, granted, I got half of my money back, but I also lost half of my money. Love that for me. Within that first order, I'd actually already placed my second order with this guy, right? I wanted him to make some jackets and I disputed that purchase as well. For this one, I just said, you know, items not received, because granted, like, the items were not received. And this cheeky guy, so basically he had sent me some belt via, I think it was like DHL or DPD or something, and obviously there was tracking for that. So he tried to attach that tracking to this order. Like, you're actually scamming me at this point. It's ridiculous. So PayPal closed the case. They were like, you received your order. I peeled it again and I said, look at the description of what I've ordered. I've ordered 30 bomber jackets. How much do you think that's gonna weigh? Then I attached the weight of what was actually sent. After they saw that, they refunded the money immediately. So PayPal, you just need to have your evidence. I don't know what it's like now, but you just need to have your evidence and be able to argue your case, and don't get disheartened if they don't accept your first claim. Dispute it, appeal it, you might end up winning. So that was the first experience where my bulk order went wrong. Now, next up was when I was using the platform Alibaba.com. Alibaba.com is probably like one of my favorite sites when it comes to like being able to protect your order and dispute your order, because obviously Alibaba.com, the platform, is actually a platform where you can make payments on there and your money is basically protected on that platform. So my first bulk order that went wrong was when I placed an order for some printed fabric. So I'd gotten 2 sets of printed silk fabric. One was one design and one was another design. When they came, the fabric was beautiful, absolutely stunning, but the print was a little bit off. For one of the prints, one of the bits of text wasn't actually printed properly. So I took a picture of that. I sent it to, you know, the side of the platform where you dispute orders, because again, I always try and have a conversation with the supplier first. If they are not understanding, if they don't want to cooperate with me, I then go through other means. But yeah, I wasn't happy. Took a picture of the print of the garment that they had sent me, and then I obviously attached the part of the conversation where I sent over my PDF document of what I wanted printed, and you can see that this print is not supposed to be faded. So Alibaba.com was more than happy to refund that order for me, and I did have to send it back, but sending things back via Alibaba.com isn't too difficult. Some suppliers on Alibaba.com don't want the smoke. Maybe they don't want to get a bad review. So there was an instance where I wasn't happy again with the fabric. I disputed it with the supplier. I was like, I'm not happy with XYZ, and they were like, fine, cool, and they refunded the entire order. There was no like argument. I hadn't even threatened them with anything. I think they just didn't really want the smoke so they just refunded it, and I still got to keep the fabric. So that was a win-win, I guess. That was that experience on Alibaba.com. In part 2 of this video, I'm gonna make a part 2. I'm actually gonna dive into one of the most craziest experiences when it comes to trying to get my money back. I almost had to go to court for this one, but I was determined to get my money back. So I'm gonna create a whole video dedicated to that case, and I feel like it's gonna be quite interesting for you guys because this was a UK supplier. But yeah, I really hope that you have enjoyed this video, and I want to apologize if my voice sounds croaky. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. It's probably 8 now. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I just wanted to get this filmed and ready and out for you guys. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying the fact that I am back consistent on this channel. Please like my videos. Please write a comment, even if it's just an emoji. It's fine. It just helps my videos get out to more and more people. And lastly, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, I cut my hair. Postpartum hair loss is a thing. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will catch you in my very next video.